Okay, Godzilla's starting to look like Dad Bod and Gumby had a baby, so we need to get that fixed. We could go through and grab points and start moving them around in the modeling tool section, but I found that since sculpting's been added, it's just really the way to go. So one thing you want to do is X out the subdivision modifier because it'll keep the subdivided mesh when you start sculpting, and we don't want that. We want this low poly one to deal with. So whenever we go, let's see, we'll go back to sculpting. If you look right down the list, you have the grab tool, but it's also G on your shortcut. Well, one of the things about this that's really nice, we want to lower the radius though. We want to keep it pretty small because we only want to grab in one vertex. So as we look at areas and we see like this is really flat, we can grab and move things around based on the viewport and the angle. Stay away from these though. The center lines, it'll just mess things up. So we can get in here, we can start grabbing points and moving them around. I find this to be a lot easier. So another thing that we're looking at is you have all these polygons bunched up, the small ones, large ones. We want to try to even this stuff out a little bit. And the other thing we're looking for is things that are flat. So we can literally start pushing and pulling all this stuff to make it look better. And you have to look at it from many, many angles. Don't just work from one view. Try to get in there and look at it from the best angle that you can. And manipulate the geometry that way. But as you can see, all we're trying to do is push and pull stuff, kind of even things out a little bit better, and get the shape more like what we're after. You really don't have to worry about messing anything up, because anything that you do can be fixed. You just have to remember, the more time you spend on things, the better it's going to look. We might want to go through and pull these up, but you can see how this is just a lot faster than grabbing individual verts, hitting the G tool, the G key, and then moving things, and you just get in here and work. All we're trying to do is smooth out the shape. Smooth it out, even it out. Now you may do this for a while and then go back in and add the subdivision surface modifier on it and find out that things need to be adjusted more. And that's fine. That's all part of it. Yeah, see, look at it from different angles. more angles you look at it from, the better off you're going to be. Now here we can see how flat this is back here on the arm. Godzilla is pretty tough, so he's not going to have flat, flabby arms. So we're going to go in and push some of this stuff around a little bit. And another thing is really pay attention to the flow. And like I said, don't be afraid to get in here, work for a little while, and then after that you can come back up. You can add your sub D modifier again. And we're going to go in here and turn that wireframe off so we can see things. So you can tell that things look a lot better already. The arm doesn't look as collapsed anymore. I mean, granted, we can probably do some more work to it, but we're going to be changing some of that topology, so we'll deal with that later. But overall, we did a little bit of work on the leg, so it doesn't have all those flat spots in it anymore. So that's one of the things that I wanted to point out in this video. I wanted you to be able to see that you can bounce back and forth between sculpting, topology, because the more time we spend right now getting things right, once we go to the sculpting phase to add all the details and everything else, things will just go much smoother. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.